There we go. Is that better? You can hear me now? Hello, Cheapskaters, and welcome to tonight's show. My name is Kath. I'm the creator of the Cheapskates Club, where our goal is to live life debt-free, cashed up and laughing, even in 2025 and the chaos that is this year. If this is your first time visiting our channel, welcome. If it's not, of course, welcome back. Live chat is enabled tonight. You can ask your questions in there. If you have a question, please put it in all caps so it stands out in the chat. It flicks by really quickly on my feed and I can miss the questions. And I will answer them at the end of the show. Right, now, I think Barb was first. Barb, I'm really glad to hear that you are feeling better. No, Estelle was first. We were here last week, Estelle. We were just a bit late because of a connection issue. Lacey Dog is fine, Barb. She will be here for the weekend. And I'm so glad that you're feeling better. I'm sorry that you're allergic to fish. I have a shellfish allergy, so I watch what I eat too. Yep, thumbs up would be really helpful, people. If you give us a thumbs up, it doesn't cost you anything, but it lets YouTube know that people are not only watching the videos, but they like the content. And if YouTube thinks that people like what we're giving, what we're presenting, they'll help people find us more easily. And that's always a good thing. Yeah. Hi, Greg Evans. Hello, Maureen. Hello, Michelle. Tuna Tuesdays, Beverly. You might need some ideas. Ooh, I hope I can give you some then. Hi, Jane. I shed a little tear at your good news this week too. Hello, Cheryl. Hi, Sylvia. Hello, Delaney. People, you might see Delaney's name in blue with a little spanner next to it in the chat. She's our moderator, so please be nice and make her job easy tonight. Hi, Annabelle. Are you busy making sausage rolls? I've got those on the list for tomorrow. Hi, Eve and Lydia. Sandra. Hi, Kylie. Sue. Utah. Oh, gosh. Caroline. Melissa Kay. There we go. All righty. We got 49 people watching. So I'm going to jump straight in because tonight's show, the actual bulk of it isn't going to take long. Nothing I make takes long, but I want to get it over and done with so we can chat. So I'm going to make our favoritist tuna recipe. One the kids have eaten since they were little. It doesn't really have a name. It's one I made up on the fly one night, and the name will give it away as being a made up on the fly recipe, and it is never the same. Never the same. Every time I make it, it's slightly different. Okay, so we call it Tuna Surprise. Now I've got in my trusty container, can you see? Yep. Some rice and some water. I'm about to put a splash of oil in, just a teensy drop, and then I'll put that in the microwave for 15 minutes while we get everything else underway. You all have favourite recipes that you've made up that you just keep on making because it's easy? Come down. There we go. When that goes in, we'll be almost finished. Okay, Tuna Surprise. Yep. And the kids used to say to me when they were little, what's the surprise? I go, you'll have to eat it to find out. And the family running joke is there any tuna in it? Does it actually have any tuna in it? it always has tuna in it. I prefer tuna over salmon, over tinned salmon. It's a sturdier fish, a meatier fish, if that makes sense. It's cheaper too. We do eat salmon, but I save that for special occasions. There I go, playing with my hair, and I'm about to grate some cheese. I save the salmon for special occasions, for family meals, and for things like Tuna Surprise. We use the salmon. I'm about to grate some cheese, like I said, because I like cheese on the top. So let me chop it. Chop my block of cheese, and I'll grate. Well, Maureen likes tuna patties. I like fish cakes too. Yes. Pop this back in my handy dandy trusty bag. Eve, drain the oil from a small can of tuna, add 1 teaspoon of cream cheese from the jar, mix it up, put on bread, and eat it as a sandwich. I don't buy tuna in oil, but that sounds like something that would be good to do. All right. Hi, Emma. Welcome. Glad you could join us tonight. Now, I just cut off a hunk of cheese off the block. Whatever I don't use on the top of the Tuna Surprise will go into the fridge to be used later in the week on something else. It won't go to waste. Kylie loves tuna patties. Yep. Potatoes, peas and corn, always had shallots and onions. Yes. In my fish cake, I make them the way my mum did. So the recipe is on our website. If you are new, you may not realize that we have a Cheapskates Club website. The link is in the description box below. And Mum's recipe for fish cakes is there. And I think it's Kat's Mum's Famous Fish Cakes or something it's called. I love them. Absolutely love them. But the trick is, because they're rather a messy thing to make, I usually do either 3 or 4 times the recipe. So it's a couple of hours of making fish cakes to get them out of the way, because I like to shape them. Then I flour them, egg them, breadcrumb them. And if I'm feeling really extravagant, I will flour them, egg them, and then roll them in KFC mix, which is really, really good, just for a change. So, and then I flash freeze them, and when they're frozen, vacuum seal them in 2s or 4s and put them in the freezer. Then they just need to be thawed and fried off, and they are always better fried off, I think, freshly fried off. If they're thawed, a little hot oil, very little hot oil, you don't need a lot, and fry your fish cakes off until they're nice and crisp on the bottom. It takes maybe 3 or 4 minutes over a medium heat, and then flip them and do the other side. They are delicious. And they're good hot or cold, and they go with vegetables or salad. So they're really versatile too. Hi, Krista. How you going? Hi, Joy. I'm really looking forward to the weekend, girls. I cannot wait. Yep, that's a good tip, Estelle. For those who can't eat dairy or eggs, the tuna sandwich filling can be made with creamed corn instead of cream cheese or mayo. Feel free to get your cuppa, Delaney. That's a really good tip, Estelle. I make my tuna salad like I make my I make a chicken salad. So I use drained tuna and I flake it up, and then I really, really finely slice, almost see-through slice celery, and dice onion up really, really small, toss that through, and then I add coleslaw dressing. If I could figure out how to make the commercial coleslaw dressing, I would. I've tried lots of recipes and it's never been quite right, which is really, really annoying. But it's coleslaw dressing instead of mayo in your tuna salad. Yum, absolutely yum. Now my boys like it with mayo and sweet chili sauce in their tuna salad, and they will have that with lettuce on a bread roll or a sandwich. They don't mind that. So there's lots of variations in the recipe file. There are quite a few recipes for tuna as the base. The fish cakes obviously are. I'm not sure whether I've actually ever put Tuna Surprise in there because it doesn't really have a recipe, but I'll check it tonight and see. But another thing that I really, really like, I don't make it terribly often because my family's not keen on it, but it's curried tuna slice. And it's almost like a quiche filling. It sort of sets up like a quiche filling, but it's tuna and celery and onion and diced carrot or grated carrot. I grate the carrot because I'm usually grating all the veggies, and curry powder, cooked off with tuna and set with eggs and a little tiny little bit of cream and into pastry, and it's cooked like a flan, pretty much like a slice or a flan. And it is so good, and that is really good hot or cold too. Now, if you have chickens, eggs aren't an issue for you. If you're in Victoria at the moment, eggs are still such a crazy thing to try and get a hold of. It's ridiculous. Tuna and cheese toasties, yes. Tuna goes well flavored with curry, yes it does. And it's another way to eat it, and lots of people turn their nose up at tuna. They don't like it, it's dry or it's fishy or whatever, but it's actually, if you can cook it and prepare it properly, it's actually really nice. Tuna bake with macaroni, yes. See, my lot won't eat it with pasta. They like rice. So I don't even try it with pasta, but that would go well too. And then there's the traditional tuna mornay. That works really well. It's almost a tuna surprise. Is a tuna mornay, but there's so many different ways that you can prepare it. Tuna salad with flake tuna, half cherry tomatoes, olives, red onion, a little bit of lettuce, toss it all together. I'm a bit of a heathen and I drizzle it with balsamic vinegar, but you can put a dressing over it if you want it. It is delicious. Diced cucumber you can add to it to bulk it out, and that's a really healthy meal, and it's filling. There's a lot of protein in there. If you wanted to add feta, you could. I don't. I save the feta for other things. But anyway, hi, Patricia. Canned fish. This is Patricia's recipe. Canned fish, mashed potato, finely diced onion, a fish pie. Yes, it would make a nice fish pie. Tuna pizza. Never had tuna pizza. I'm not a fan of pizza, Krista, so I'll take your word for it. Mingle curry packet with tuna makes a yummy dish. Okay, there you go. Tuna is also shelf stable. You don't have to worry about putting it in your fridge. You don't have to worry about putting it in your freezer. You can put it in your pantry shelf and it's there for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It's canned. It's going to last a long time. And it is still relatively cheap. Now, the last time I went back and looked, the last time I bought tins of tuna, they were $3.49 for the 425 gram tin. It's still 425 grams, and they were $3.49. I have no idea what they are today, but when I can make something and get 8 serves out of it, that's not bad for the protein portion of a meal. I still work on $5 as the protein portion of our meal. That's my budget. So $5 for the mince or the chicken, the corned beef, whatever we're having. Which means that when I was feeding 5 of us, it was $1 per person per meal. I could live with that because often my recipes will stretch to more than 5 serves, and that brings the cost down. Jane says tuna mornay as a stuffed potato filling with cheese melted over the top. Yum. That I could eat. That I could eat. I love stuffed potatoes. They are one of my favourite Friday night can't be bothered or Saturday night can't be bothered meals. Even if we just have butter, salt and pepper and a sprinkle of cheese over it. We all quite like stuffed potatoes, but with tuna mornay, that would be good. Tuna tacos are okay, not my favourite way to eat it, but it works. Here we go. Eve has put up Celebrations on Ballarat Road in Sunshine opposite the TAFE. Sells 2 1-kilo tubs of Dodoni feta for $50. They also sell other European products a lot cheaper than other places. There you go. People on the Melbourne's western side. Make a note. I'll leave that up there for a minute. Yuta says she makes tuna and veg pasta salad with mayo. Yep. Tuna in a tomato sauce with capers and artichoke hearts served with pasta and noodles, sometimes with rice. Okay, that sounds good too. Kylie says Woolies 425 gram in spring, I think it's supposed to be spring water. Don't you just love autocorrect? $3.30. Well, that's what I'm using now. I've got the Woolies one now in spring water. And it's actually quite good. I was always a bit dubious about buying the off-brand, so to speak, but it actually is quite nice. The tin is usually full and we can work with it. Okay, the rice is nearly done, so I need to get everything else ready. I will put you down so that you can see what I'm doing because it's super simple and you don't want to miss it. But it's really quick and easy. Now, I'm making this tonight. This will be our tomorrow night's tea, so I won't actually bake it tonight. You'll have to pretend that it's baked. Annabelle likes tuna mornay with a crumb and cheese topping or over pasta and cheese or in vol au vents. Isn't that funny? Or even in little pies. With the pie maker, I will use mountain bread as the base, put the Tuna Surprise in it, and then put the cheese and crumbs on the top and cook them like that. And they're just little tuna pies. Now, I don't, because it's got rice in it, I don't bother with potato on the top, but they would be nice with potato on the top too. Hi, Chris. Crepes full of tuna mornay, yes. Aren't crepes the best fancy meal you can do that are quite simple? All right. Leave that open so it dries. Okay. Ah, I forgot that was there. All right. I'll tip you down so you can see what I'm doing. Oops. There we go. I'll be back in a minute, folks. Just give me a second. I knocked the Knocked the camera. Don't go away. I'm still here. I just knocked the camera. Why can't it find it? It's definitely here. Plugged in. Oh, bother. There we go. Right. Oh, stupid camera. I didn't mean to knock it. I just did. Okie dokie. Doesn't help that I dropped it the other day. All right, I'm going to tip you down and you can see what we are doing. Okay. Oh. Okay, knocked all the cheese off the side, and I didn't really want to do that. What a mess. Okay, let me move the board. Have the rice. I'll flip it up so that it's nice and fluffy. I have here some frozen peas, corn, carrots. Normally, I would toss them in with the rice to cook, but I'm not going to bake this till tomorrow, so they can just go in as is. Give them a stir through. My kids swear that I put peas, corn, and carrots in everything. There's the tuna. Now there's still a little, I've drained it, but there's still a little bit of water in there, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. It just adds flavour. You can see. Stir it through. Okay, there we go. Mixed drain tuna with a little avocado, lemon juice makes a nice sandwich filling. It's very versatile. Okay. My secret ingredient, don't yell at me, tin of cream chicken soup. You see, people. Yes, I could do it, but if I don't have time, a tin will be fine. Now, I was a bit surprised at how much it's gone up. I got these on half price for $1.80. I nearly had a heart attack because the last time I bought them, they were $1 a can. I don't buy it very often because I usually just make the cream of chicken soup. That recipe, if you want to make it, is on our website. Stir it all in. Now, if you want it a little bit runnier, you can add a little cream or milk or sour cream to it. I like it to be quite firm, so it sort of sets up there nice. Here's my spoon. Give it a good mix. Get everything off the bottom so it's all properly mixed. And that's it done. Now, if I hadn't been so sidetracked this afternoon with other things going on, I could have diced an onion. And if I do put onion in it, I usually cook the onion with the rice. Let me get my casseroles, my baking trays. Let's see, this might be enough for two. Give it a spray. Now, someone, I can't remember who it was, said spray your baking dishes and cake tins over the dishwasher. Brilliant idea. I've been doing it ever since. Works a treat. Works a treat. And okay, I'm going to put all of this in one. Say I really like my silicone spoons and spatulas and scrapers and what have you. They're so good at getting every little bit, because we don't want to waste anything. We can't afford to waste anything. Right now, we all need to be as mindful as we can be. Okay, now pop that over here, out of the way. You could bake it just like that. I don't like to bake it like that. I like it to be, I don't know, a little more luxurious. So I have some, I don't really want that. I have some Ritz. They were on half price at Woolworths a month or so back. So I bought a couple of boxes because for things like this, I like to use them, although I do usually use stale ones, but anyway. And also, they're quite handy. That should be plenty to have just for cheese plates and quick snacks and quick suppers. Now I'm going to put them into a plastic bag and wash them. Patricia says she used to make her own rice risotto when she had ravenous preteens. Lots of veggies, sliced cabbage, tin of drained tuna, 5 minutes before 7. Sounds great. I swear, I thought, especially when they were playing hockey and football and basketball, I thought I would never be able to keep my kids full. Okay, so I've squashed those up reasonably fine. I'm just going to put some cheese in. So I might actually, because it's grated up, but I use the big grater. Now, did you know if you want to make your grated cheese go further, use the, not the big side of your grater, use the little, or even the zester. Now, if there's more than enough, and there probably will be more than enough for the top of this pie, this can go in the freezer the next time. So again, it won't be wasted. Okay. And we just sprinkle it over. Now, what will be the surprise this time? That there's no onion in it. Sometimes if I leave the peas, corn and carrots out, that's a surprise for them, because I swear my boys think that every meal has to come with some sort of frozen peas, corn, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower type thing. So there's a little bit left. It can go in the freezer. And that's it. Now, it's taken me a lot longer tonight because I've been talking and waffling on. That's Tuna Surprise. If we were going to eat this now, because it is still warm, it would go straight under the grill, not into the oven, but under the grill, so the cheese melts and the crumbs crisp up and it becomes all delicious and yummy and exciting. And then it would be, I'd call it done. Because I'm putting it in the fridge until tomorrow, I will cover it with some, I'll cover it in a plastic bag actually. I don't use glad wrap. I'll shove it in a plastic bag and tie it off and put it in the fridge. And then tomorrow, probably when I turn the oven on to heat up, I will pull it out of the fridge to let it come to room temp, and it will go in for about 30 minutes on 180 fan force. Again, there is no real temperature recipe type thing for this dish. It's just what I made one night when the kids were hungry and I was frazzled, and I had tuna and chicken soup. Pretty much that's why it became what it became. Often if I'm cooking rice, I will cook extra to make this, especially this. Same as when I do mashed potatoes, I will do extra and put them in the freezer for fish cakes or shepherd's pie. It's planning ahead and thinking ahead and making it habit, so that the temptation to call for Uber Eats or Deliveroo or whatever they're called goes away. Okay. All right. So that's that. Let me just put the cheese back in the fridge. Grab a chair so I can sit down and we'll chat. There's a few things to talk about too tonight. Let that cool a little bit before I put it in the fridge. Grab a drink of water. Okay. And it's a really good recipe too, because there's not a lot of cleaning up to do with it. If you mix it in the dish you cook your pasta, your rice in, or your pasta if you want to use pasta, then it's not a problem. I'm a bit nervous to move this so I can see it. So I don't want to lose the camera again. Still got me? Yeah, cool. Okay. Right. So it is simple, Beverly. I don't do complicated. Joy says she always freezes leftover mash in scoops. I just drop it in a bag and tie it off and put it in the freezer because it's never there very long, Joy. So boiled cabbage is just nasty, Patricia. Steamed cabbage is nice. I put probably a quarter cup of water in the bottom of the frying pan, thinly slice the cabbage, toss that in with some garlic, put the lid on and let it cook like that. Everyone will eat it. It tastes really good. or they were a big hit during lockdowns, but cabbage steaks, and pretty much all they are is wedges of cabbage. So you've got your round cabbage, you cut it into wedges, steam them off, and then fry them in oil and butter for the flavour, oil so it doesn't burn, and brown them on both sides and serve it like that. It's really nice too. I don't know that it actually caramelizes, because I'm not really sure that cabbage can caramelize, but it has that sort of sweetness to it if you do it like that. Oh, we always had Mummy's special mashed potato. If the mash was orange, it was Mummy's special mashed potato, and it was usually sweet potato in it. Yeah, the kids just call it Mummy's special. Now they know, so they're adults now, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, that's a good idea, Joy, because then you can please everyone. So we have one who doesn't like mashed potato. It's a texture thing. So he'll eat it steamed, and that's fine. So I take his out before I mash everyone else's. He'll eat roasted potatoes, and he'll eat it on a shepherd's pie. I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is, but he won't eat mashed potato. Well, now he's an adult. He will eat it if he has to. When he was a child, he just refused, and it was the texture. He didn't like the texture, and that's fine. I can understand that. It was an easy thing. I didn't have to do a separate meal for him, much like you don't have to do a separate one for the family. You can all do it. Pumpkin and carrot would be nice, be so sweet. Potato and cauliflower would be all right too. Okay, now, guys, what did I want to talk to you about? I was thinking before, and I thought, tariffs, folks. Joy and I were talking about the tariffs last Thursday, and we sort of laughed about it, and I figured it out on the way home, Joy, laughed about it. And since then I've been asking some questions and fluffing around and creating havoc, as is my want. And whilst the Trump tariffs are going to directly hit Americans, indirectly they will affect us. And that is because anything that's imported into America and hit with that tariff, if we buy it from America, we're hit with the tariff too, because we have to pay the price. We pay the tariff as well. The tariff will be added onto the cost of what we buy. We were trying to figure out ways around it. And one of the issues was with the model trains. Joy will know what I'm talking about. Sorry guys, it's a bit of a side thing. And how much it was adding to the cost of the trains. And it's simply because the company the fellow was buying from is an American company that gets their models made in China, was then being hit with the 140% tariff that he then passes on to Australian companies, because we buy. So for instance, if we buy something off Amazon and it's from an American company, but that company has initially bought the product in from China, they've paid the tariff, so we will too. Does that make sense? It's a bit of a pain. So while they won't directly affect us, indirectly they will. Now, there's two ways of looking at it. We can go, oh, poor me, what are we going to do? Oh, no, the cost of my widgets are going to go up. Or we can sit back and go, maybe there's someone in Australia that makes widgets that I could buy from. And if it's, costs the same or less, then we buy Australian. It's really hard to buy Australian at the moment. It's been hard to buy Australian for a long time because there's not a great deal anymore of things in our everyday lives that are actually made here. You know, when we were growing up, it was just about fridges, stoves, irons, soldering irons, lawnmowers, clotheslines, the shoes on our feet, the zips in the clothes that we wore, the cotton that stitched the clothes that we wore, the undies that we wore were all made here. They were all made in Australia, and now they're not. Furniture was made here. Stereos were made here. Now they're not. Cars were made here. Now they're not. So it's really hard to look around and find Australian made, but we can do it if we have to. Yes, Greg Evans. They came to an agreement, but it's only for 90 days. Look, I said this, tariffs don't fix a problem. It's a tit for tat, I'm a bigger bully than you are type situation, and nobody is going to benefit from it. It is just feeding egos, and it's ridiculous. I have no tolerance for these stupid, ignorant people. Joy says, if you don't want the tariffs, don't buy American or don't buy manufactured products. If you move, you'll be right. Problem is, Joy, a lot of the things that we need to move come from overseas. Now, it's a stupid thing. Look at where your fabrics come from for quilts and things. The thread. Look at where the patterns come from. It's just a ridiculous situation. Yes, you do. And if you could say made in Australia and Australian owned, two things that are really important, and I would put Australian owned as more important than made in Australia. Australian owned means they pay taxes here. Made in Australia could be from a foreign owned company. So while they may have some taxes to pay, you can bet your bottom dollar they'll find a way to get out of them. That's why they're here. So they can make money for themselves. So Australian owned. That was something else I was going to bring up, Maureen. Yes, Woolies is supposed to be dropping the price by 10% on 400 odd basic pantry staples. Now, was it last year? Coles did the same thing. Was it Coles that did it last year? Someone did it. It was a huge, big thing last year or the year before. They were doing, I'm pretty sure it was Coles, were doing rollbacks or price backs or something. And seriously, let's do it on butter. Let's do it on cheese. Let's do it on milk. Let's do it on eggs. Let's do it on your basic cuts of meat. It doesn't have to be fancy cuts. Let's do it on flour and sugar, Wheat Bix, cornflakes, rolled oats. Let's roll back the price on yeast, baking powder, chopped chips, nuts, icing sugar, custard powder, tomato sauce. Let's roll back the price on those things and see if it really works. I'm always a bit skeptical, and every little bit helps, but I'm always a bit skeptical, probably because there's a lot of stuff that they think is a basic pantry essential that I think is complete and utter rubbish. So, but it will be interesting to see. And yes, Joy, the profit, if it's Australian owned, the profits stay here. if they make it here, they employ Australians, which means that Australians are paying taxes. They're spending their money in Australia. It's a really good thing. Australian owned is something we should all look for. Everyone talks about, oh, buy Australian made, and yeah, we should, but we should be specifically looking for buy Australian owned and made. Well, I don't know that they can. Eve says probably increasing the prices of other things to make up for it. I don't know that they're game to do that too much now. The spotlight is on those two major supermarkets. They know that they've got to be careful, especially as they've both posted pretty good profits. So they can't cry poor. And again, it comes down to their business, and they're supposed to make money. They have shareholders that they have to answer to, and those shareholders want their profit. It's a bit of a vicious circle. Okay, now, all right, what else was there? Ooh, can't even remember. Thank you, Kylie. Are they online? Things like it was really upsetting this week to hear that Bega is pulling out of Shepparton, which has put, don't hold me to it, 200 or 300 people in the district. It will directly or indirectly put them out of work. They're hoping to be able to move some of them to their other plants, but we need to make it easier for our Australian-owned businesses to stay in business. And that's what I keep saying. It should not be cheaper. Should not be cheaper. We should not. It's not that it should not be cheaper. We just should not be importing anything that we can grow, make, manufacture, produce, create here in Australia. It should not be happening. We should not be bringing them into the country. Yes, meat is expensive. It's just going to get more expensive too. And that is a consequence of floods and drought, cyclones. It's just what's going to happen. If you want a really nice meatless Monday recipe, pop over to our Facebook group, Cheapskate Chatter, and I think the link is underneath me. And Cheryl posted a recipe for the curry she made today, a really nice meatless curry, very similar to one that I used to make a long time ago. I haven't made it for a long, long time. But it was really good, and it will be very inexpensive, packed full of flavour. I'm going to sneeze. Hopefully I won't. Thank you, Kylie. She says that Wool Company is online. Cool. All right. Okay, well, all right. I told you it'd be a short, sharp, quick show tonight. We've got 63 people watching. That's lovely. If you are not subscribed to our channel, please click the subscribe button. Just means that you'll get a notification when we go live. If you like tonight's show, give it a thumbs up. That really, really helps us. And there's a share link. If you think someone that you know might like tonight's show, send them the share link. All it does is send them a link to tonight's show. Nothing else. We don't harass them. I don't even know where you've sent it to. So that's that. If you're not a Cheapskates Club member, why not? Because that's where all the good stuff is. We have thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of information on our website, to the point where I had been told that I either need to cull some or move to a bigger server. I don't want to do that. So I'm frantically going through at the moment, trying to find double ups and triple ups and things that are repeated and anything that's really, really old and not applicable anymore, to shrink it down. So, because I really don't want to move again. It's a big, big, big job. Well, if it was Thursday and just me eating it, Maureen, I'd just be lazy and just have tuna surprise. But we usually have salad with it because there's already rice in there. So I don't do potatoes or chips or anything like that because it's already got the rice in it. So I usually do it with salad, and it will be something, whatever's in the fridge. And at the moment, there's lettuce, there's tomatoes, cucumber, red onion. I've got some olives. There's a little bit of feta in there that I can have on mine. And I will grate a carrot. So I got a great deal on carrots from Big Watermelon a couple of weeks ago. Slice some celery, just bulk it out with veggies as best I can. And we'll have it like that, is what I usually do. In winter, even in winter, we eat salad all year round, but in winter, it might be something like sweet potato, and corn or something like that. Green beans, because there's already peas and corn and carrots in it. Not a lot, but there's some in there. So it could be a corn cob. Might not go crazy for corn cobs. They really like them. So the little Woolies cobettes are really good value, and they're quite nice, and they microwave up really quickly. Something like that. Print another book if I delete things. Such a big job, Joy. It's such a big job. Yeah. Anyway, so all right. Well, thank you so much. I'm sorry I went blank for a while. I dropped the camera on Sunday afternoon. Don't have much luck with these cameras, do I? I dropped it on Sunday afternoon, so I'm surprised it's actually working at all. Then I knocked it and it went blank, and I went, oh no, that's no good. All righty. Have a really good week, everyone. I just thought of something and now it's gone. Goodness me. I had a really busy day. Oh, I won't be around tomorrow. If you send me a contact us, I'll deal with it tomorrow night, but I won't be around during the day. I've got a half a dozen things to do. So if I don't answer reasonably quickly, that's why I'm not here. I will see you next week. I'm not absolutely, I'll see you soon, Maureen. I'm not absolutely sure what we'll talk about next week or even where we'll be. We might be in the craft room because hopefully it'll be tidied up by then. It's in a really big mess now. Oh my goodness. I've got little piles everywhere. I've got bags everywhere. I've got things with labels. Huh. It's amazing. Oh, thank you. Love all your show. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. All right. Interesting show. I hope it was interesting, Joy. Now, remember, head over to the recipe file for more tuna recipes. I'll double check when we're finished here that the Tuna Surprise recipe is in there. If it's not, I'll pop it up for you. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, like, subscribe, and share. And happy cheapskating. I'll see you soon.